My background is actually in telecommunication, so I don't know anything about the print industry. I would say I still know very little about the print industry, but what we were really good at in the telecommunication industry was software, billing, anything that had to do with automating processes for millions of customers. So the starting point was that I took a look at the print industry and I realized there is 6 times more production capacity than there is demand. So the industry does not need more machines. It needs someone that connects the machine to the consumers around the world. And that's really, the starting point was this overcapacity, the focus on the software, and if we could use software to connect the production capacity to the consumers. If we go from an industry perspective, this industry, when I started the company, which was like 15 years ago, roughly, was very much about long print runs. A lot of offset, a lot of large production runs. As e-commerce has grown, and as Shopify, Spotify, Etsy, Amazon has grown, more and more of the industry has oriented around micro runs, small, short production runs. And the thing is, as the production runs go down, the need for software goes up. Also, if I went to a production hub 10 years ago, they typically had like one machine park and they produced one product category. Today, there are many machine parks. In many production hubs that we go to, you have 4, 5, 6 different machine parks. And for each of the machine parks, you have a workflow. And that is really difficult and complicated to manage. You want one workflow across product categories and across machines. And so the industry is now in a situation where there is a lot of growth potential. With the e-commerce industry, with Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, local production is more and more important. And so what happens is that one single entrepreneur selling over Shopify can reach the world of consumers. So actually one individual, by combining PayPal, Shopify, and Gelato, can reach billions of consumers. The problem is that the consumers live all across the world. So the digital print industry has a growth opportunity by bringing that production in the market where the end recipient lives. That's really what our business model is about, is to create this demand in the creator economy and then making that order funnel effectively to the consumer's market, to where the consumer is living. And so we're connecting makers and creators, makers being our print partners, and creators being the entrepreneurs, the people selling over Shopify, Etsy, connecting those. And that can drive significant growth in this industry. So if a digital print hub wants to support e-commerce, they need to expand their product categories. And when they expand their product categories, it's more and more difficult to handle procurement effectively. So we help them with the software for procurement, we help them with the actual procurement, and then we connect that to the workflows. And the workflow consists of, if you sell all of those 4 categories, wall art, books, drinkware, apparel, you probably have 4 different workflows. We replace all of those workflows with Gelato Connect. So when we come with this software, the industry is welcoming it because they want to move into e-commerce. Everyone sees the growth opportunities. Like, how many here today have heard about Amazon? How many here have heard about Shopify, Etsy, right? So you really want to be part of that growth opportunity. The consumers are moving online. And when you move online and you have the creator economy, you want to personalize the world around you. If I ask my 3 children, if they have a choice, they'd much rather create and design their own t-shirt, and they'd much rather have that produced, in my case, Norway, and shipped locally, than buying a standardized t-shirt produced by some company far, far away, shipped half across the world, and then you have that t-shirt together with 2 million other customers, right? So I think the whole world is moving towards personalization, which of course drives digitalization. And so if the trends are summarized in e-commerce, digitalization, and sustainability, I think that gelato is right in the midst of that.